Passes it to Howard. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. That's good. Millsap's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Hawks. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason.
Bazemore for three, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Bazemore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Irving with it. Outside jumper. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Off with the layup. Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Teron Lue.
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
And the Hawks getting another basket right there. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Irving kicks to James. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Millsap misses.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being free.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Here's Schroeder. The Cavaliers making the shot. Howard up on top. He's covered by Thompson. And Bazemore kicks to Korver. 4 on the clock. Millsap misses. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Now, here is Irving. It's a pick by Love. Thompson in the corner. No luck. Great D that time from Howard. Korver dishes to Schroeder. Back to Korver. Hawks passing it around. Shumpert with the steal. LeBron outside. 1:31 left in the first quarter of the game. Well, wide open.
In terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Paul Millsap.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And talking about him on Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
Making some changes. Chris Humphries has checked in for Howard. Cephalosha comes in for Kyle Korver. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. And it's Dunleavy in for Thompson. Now here is Jack. Over to the wing. Dishes it to Bazemore from past the arc. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Jack against Irving. Lets it go from 14. And that one's good. Irving's got 6.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
And Jack, here we go to the inside. And here is Cephalosha. Tries a 3. No good from Jack. LeBron outside. Outside Irving. James, the pass to Front. They get it back with 1 on the clock. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hawks lead by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates. Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, 2 guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down a triple.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron.
Right now,
Dunleavy is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. That one drops. He ties it up.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Howard comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Korver. Free throw drops for him. Well, last season the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta. And they were rewarded with a terrific season. The group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hogs and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson comes in for James. And so he makes both from the line. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division. 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
Howard drives in, and that one's good.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Williams kicks to Thompson. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. He feeds it to Dunleavy. From the arc. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Dunleavy's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. There's the pick. Right side Korver. Hawks passing it around. On the wing, Korver out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Jarrett Kapp. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Love. Rebounded by Howard.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch 4, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. The feed to Williams. Softly drops in the floater. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Millsap a screen. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, his teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
In for Williams. Here's Irving. He has 6. And Schroeder, who's out of Germany, a pretty wealthy country, but he had a pretty hard scrabble upbringing.
Yeah, you know, he had some brushes with authority early on in his life. He's still relatively young, so in the past, I think he's in a really ideal situation in Atlanta right now, though.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
The pass to Korver. The dish to Howard. Shot clock at 5. Here's Schroeder. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now a 3-point Hawks lead. Now, here is Irving. He's guarded by Schroeder. It's a pick by Love. Irving dishes to Love. Takes the 13-footer. Rejected by Millsap. Now Schroeder. He has 5. Millsap a screen. Shooter passes to Millsap. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
Man, their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
And their field goal percentage shows that over 60 now. Tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
And stolen by Howard. 1:46 left to play here in the second quarter. And stolen by Love. And he finished it off with a lay-in.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
Comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. James comes in for Thompson. 1:37 left to play here in the half.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. We've got 1:23 left here in the second.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Shumpert, no good.
Talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
Millsap misses.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Irving. And foul called as he misses.
Spot in his career at this point.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Yeah, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Scotty's checked in for Cephalosha. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Both free throws good for Irving.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Millsap kicks to Jack. Shot from 12. Cavaliers with the rebound. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's LeBron with the drive. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Hawks leading.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Here's Jack. This one for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Hawks on top, up 4. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
The Cavaliers trail by 4.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
They've got Howard. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Millsap in at the 4 slot. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Schroeder kicks to Korver. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been. And their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
There's a screen. Power dishes to Bazemore. Korver to Bazemore. Millsap a screen on James. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And it's blocked. Schroeder with the ball. 5 points in the game. And it's Korver in the corner. From outside, off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 4. The drive by James. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to James. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Schroeder passes to Korver. He dishes it to Howard. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Irving. Screened by Howard. Here's Millsap. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Hawks, and so Paul Millsap nails both of them.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Irving kicks to James. A floater.
When you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
LeBron James taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
And both free throws good for James.
What a game for LeBron. He has 12 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And for LeBron in the playoffs last season, he did more than just score. Clark, he did it all and really stepped his game up when Kevin Love went down and when Kyrie Irving was hobbled. He covered every base.
Yep, and that's what's so impressive about LeBron in the playoffs. Everybody expects him to lead and hit big shots, and he never lets them down. Very rarely does he come up short in big moments.
Shot clock at 2. Irving from long range. Cannot hit. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Here's Bazemore. 6 points for him. Here's Sefolosha. The shot from the low post is good. Sefolosha's got his second basket of the game.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
It's a pick by Love. Irving attacking. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Irving's got 10 points.
And how about that screen by Love? That was a wall.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going for your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Jarrett Jack is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. The Hawks leading by 3. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up, Neek, was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
He hits both from the stripe.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Here's the screen. And Shumpert kicks to Irving. Drains the three-pointer. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
James dishes to Dunley. Irving against Jack. 5 on the clock. And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Jack against Shumpert. Inside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Just 5 to shoot. Irving drives in. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago.
2 shots.
It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's got 14 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And Bazemore kicks to Howard. Out left to the wing. Puts up a 3. No good from Jack. The Cavaliers trail by 3.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
And Jack kicks to Howard. Fade away. The offensive rebound. Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they've ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Irving. And he gets it to go. Irving's got it. Knocks it loose. Howard, the pass to Bazemore. Jack against Irving. 4 on the shot clock. To the right side. That's a 2 from Sepulveda. Here's Millsap. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's LeBron. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even kill and flatline that one.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Atlanta's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. On the court for Cleveland, the forwards are LeBron and Thompson. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Love in at the center, locking down the middle. There is just no way, Clark, to tell who is going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
Clark, that's a great point. When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger. Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Here's Bazemore. Humphreys with a screen on Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. And he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
It's a pick by Love. Fast break. Here we go. Korver gets a wide open look. Rebound Love. Love's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Back to Irving. That's a pick by Love. Irving dishes to Love. But Trey. Rebound Atlanta. Millsap's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career high 55% from the floor.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going. We are very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. Irving kicks to LeBron. Fires from the wing. Rebound, Atlanta. Millsap's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Schroeder. Feeds to Humphries. They set the pick. The Hawks working the ball around. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Humphries with a screen on Irving. Schroeder passes to Humphries. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
They set the pick. James outside. He kicks it to Love. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. No good from Irving. The Hawks leading by 7. Millsap a screen on James. Millsap sets the pick for Korver. Shot off the screen. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now here's Schroeder. 1:57 left to play in the final quarter. Korver, good. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Shumpert, no good. The Hawks have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. They double him with Shumpert. Here's Millsap. The shot no good. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 11. James dishes to Irving. Irving double team. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Howard's checked in for Atlanta. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Tries to save it. And Shumpert kicks to James. Shot clock at 5. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Atlanta with the ball. They've got great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket, and they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They set the screen. Howard with a screen on Irving. Here kicks to Howard. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw no good for Howard. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Try. Good. Williams against Jack. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And, folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.